Coming up today on Your Sastastic Life, our guest is Kristin VanGundy. She is passionate about serving women through coaching, hosting retreats, practicing Reiki, speaking, writing, and sharing her truth. She's a lover, not a fighter, and a believer in love and light. Buckle up. Here comes the sass.
Your Sastastic Life with hosts Trisha Rivas and Wendy Fredrigel.
Hello, sassy audience.
Yes. Hello.
Your turn.
Hello. Yes, exactly. It's me. I'm here. Wendy does this quite often. She'll leave a voicemail and it's singing. And then I'm like, oh my God, thank God the girls got Jason's voice because it's hurting my ears.
Tone deaf.
Yeah. She's one of the few people that get to hear this voice.
It always makes my day though.
I love to sing as I'm speaking too.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of part of, yeah.
Well, when I'm pissed at the kids, I sing to them. Yeah, like, I'm going to beat your ass.
I don't know what Marley's middle name is, but I can imagine.
And they're always like, ooh.
Trisha's in full opera mode. Everybody get in your room.
At least you're not screaming.
Nope.
Right?
So I'm singing.
Well, welcome to the hot seat.
Oh,
How's it feel to be in the hot seat?
Oh my
we were
gosh.
just saying that we turned the air down really low because between hot flashes and the lights,
yes.
we'd rather be in like an ice box. So you're in the hot seat in the cold room.
Yes, in a red chair. Yes.
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 And you look beautiful.
Thank you.
Love
I have
your
my
pants.
sassy pants on.
I know.
Yes. Show
The Sastastic ladies.
the flare of those. Like,
So cute.
And there's like
amazing.
faces and eyeballs and,
I love it.
you know, yeah.
And the vest, it's so on trend right now.
You're masculine and then you're feminine kind of thing. Yeah.
Chloe.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm so honored. So honored to be here with both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
excited
listening
to have
and
you.
watching and just like, I need to know these ladies,
Yes.
right? You just start going, oh my gosh, I see the beauty and the light and what you guys share in your community and just wanted to get to know you. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. I think we need to surround ourselves with people that,
Yeah.
you know, we just really want to inspire to be like and just have,
And
just a lot of great
collaborate.
people around you and collaborate. Absolutely.
It's just harder to meet women. Like once your kids are older and you're not forced to be at school events and sporting events, I think it's a lot harder to meet other female friends.
That's it.
And we've both been craving to meet new people.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're happy to have our small circle of friends, but I still am excited to meet and chat with new people and have deep conversations.
Yeah. Well, and as you had said too, you know, we're in the second half of our life.
Right.
And not that the first half when it wasn't as meaningful as the second. They both have different purposes, but hell, I want to go out with a bang.
Yeah. Right.
Surrounding myself with amazing humans and doing amazing things that light up my soul and set it on fire. And as you were talking earlier too, having less Zoom meetings. You know, it's in person or a phone call for me anymore. You'll laugh. I called Erica, my girlfriend, yesterday, and I know she was surprised that I called instead of texted. And I'm like,
She was like, oh my God,
no,
are you in
seriously.
the hospital?
No, she said, what's wrong? And I said, I'm going old school. Yeah. I wanted to call you. I'm not going to text you this. And we talked for about 45 minutes and it was lovely, which you and I talk a lot on the phone. But she's like, this is nice.
To hear the voice.
Yes.
Hear the voice. Actually, wow, this is what you're saying, not trying to read into the text of like, was that a good thing or a bad thing? Are they mad? Or, you know, so yeah, it's in person anymore. And I think COVID did that to us, honestly.
Yeah.
Kind of shut us down.
Yeah.
Especially if you're an extrovert. And I've become more of an introvert. I think a lot of us have during that time. But you know, it's like feel the energy. Feel the person's, you know, their love, their light. You know, it's just that's what I'm longing for.
Yeah.
I love that. So like me, you have raised 3 daughters.
Yes. Yeah. I still take deep breaths, you know, because they're just, they're my people.
Yeah.
I love them so much. I know you do too. They're my best friends. And I have 3 daughters. Hannah, she's 31. Madison is 30. And then Kelburn is 26. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what that first year of empty nesting was like.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it was hard. Very, very hard because you always know that's going to happen, right? And you have those, okay, I have the senior pictures now lined up on the wall, exactly how I envisioned them to be. And then that third one, you always hear, they're going to leave the nest. And then you're just like, then what? Am I still going to love my husband?
Oh,
Right? Am I still, what am I going to do? So I did have that mini life crisis of now what the fuck am I going to do with my life?
Yeah.
Right? Because I shut down.
So as they were growing up, did you work outside the house? Did you kind of do a little bit of both?
I did a little bit of both. My husband is an ER physician, and so he works really odd shifts. There's never, ever a set schedule. So I tried the 8 to 5 thing, and it didn't flow because the house was just a mess.
Yeah.
So I've always just done lots of different things, usually part-time stuff. So I went to college to be a fashion merchandiser. Did that, first part of the life, then went to school for aesthetics. I think I shared that with Trisha.
Yes.
Did that for a while. Then as the girls were starting to grow up, I'm like, I need to be on their schedule, right?
Yeah.
And so that I'm with them when I can be with them. And so did coaching. I coached dance team and cheer team, and then did actual teaching of dance lessons in a dance studio and taught pom-pom and then tap and ballet. So I've just always done something, just very flexible.
Yes. And so then you were present with them that whole time.
Yeah.
And your world kind of revolved around them. And then
that's it. That's it. My heart and soul was about them. So when Kelburn left for college, I was just, now what am I going to do? Because we both worked. I worked at the dance studio that she danced in for all of her life, since she was 18. And so I decided that when she was leaving, that was a good time for me to retire as well from the studio and that dance mom life.
Yeah.
Oof. And so whole nother segment someday to talk about, but really, I mean, geez.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, now what am I going to do? And my husband was like, take your time. Take your time figuring out what is next. It's not a race. And I think that those were the biggest words for me to hear because it's like, it's not a race. Are you sure? Because I feel like I've been racing all these years, raising them, keeping busy, doing all the things you're supposed to do to keep them out of trouble, trying to keep the family unit. And I was very much a perfectionist. So that was super hard overcoming all of that. And I think with all the self-work that I've done in the last 6 years, I'm like, oh my God, I finally don't care what other people think.
It takes a while.
Huge.
Takes a while.
It's huge, right? I mean, still judgment always, but judging the judgment now, right? But super hard. Wendy, I felt like I didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
Right? So you just look at yourself in the mirror and you go, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a sister, I've been a teacher, I've been a coach, but what's underneath all of that? And so I think it took some time. It took a lot of time, a lot of days crying, a lot of days just saying, I don't know. And then I fell upon Gabby Bernstein and I read The Universe Has Your Back. Yeah. And then I was like, oh my gosh, okay.
So that was the gateway.
That was the gateway, really. Okay. It was this gateway of the self, trying to find myself. Who am I without being the mom that's taken care of and the wife that's taken care of, all the people and all things for everybody else, but not for me. Big inhale. Yeah. Right?
Isn't it funny? Sometimes we forget that we have to breathe.
We have to breathe.
I catch myself so many times during the day.
Holding your breath.
Where all of a sudden I'm like, like I've been holding my breath.
Yeah. It's a practice.
It's get lightheaded.
Yes.
Seriously.
Your brain's like, oxygen. She just gave me oxygen.
Exactly. Come out of the
I'm a little
coma.
dizzy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had mentioned to me that you lost your mom when you were 11.
Yeah.
So add that layer in, like, because we all refer to what our moms did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So,
Oof. Yeah. So lost my mom when I was 11. She had a rare kidney disease. And yeah, she was my world. You know, I knew of my father, but met him once. And so my mom raised me on her own. And we lived in a trailer, on High Street Trailer Court in Marshalltown, Iowa. Her name was Nancy. And she was my world, yeah. And so then when she passed, moved in with aunt and uncle.
and you had siblings?
No siblings.
No siblings, okay.
Then, whole another story there.
Yeah.
Another episode. So, yeah, life got real hard after she died. Being a whole new environment with an aunt and an uncle and my cousins, 2 boys, that now we're kind of like shifting into be my brothers. I'm 11 years old, so I'm really in that middle of just not even knowing who I am either, right? So now you put all this on top of it, and I'm moving into a house now from, being in a trailer, and I have now, if you will, a mom and a dad, even though it's aunt and uncle, and then 2 brothers and a dog. Yeah. Right? I'm living in a house.
What we think of as a traditional
absolutely
life.
Right? And so it wasn't easy. It was very hard. I've done a lot of healing from those years from 11 to 18. Because what I'm finding out is that I was in survival mode. And I think that even after 18 into probably the last 6 years, still in survival mode. Because when you don't know who you are and you don't put the pieces together of all the trauma that's happened, all the things that have happened in our lives, we carry that with us. Yeah. Right? And then we have to just somehow figure out how to deal with it every day. And so for me, I just would escape. And I think I lived in an imaginary world. I mean, really, that's how I got through the day. And so, yeah, a lot of hard days for sure. And yeah, I just, it's interesting that I know that I've healed from it, but yet grief is just always with us, right? Once you've experienced it, when it's been so close to home, it's like I carry it with me every day, Yeah. But carrying on a legacy. Yes. And I think that's the biggest part is this legacy of, wow. I then I got to have 3 daughters, right? So then I got to raise 3 daughters motherless. And how did I do that?
Yeah.
How did I do that? Right? I mean, I did have mentors. I did have a great mother-in-law. I did have other women in my life, that my best friend's mom. I had other women that I could look to and just go, okay, I see what she's doing here. But what I had to do most days was, what would I have wanted from my mom?
Yeah.
In these moments, because we don't know what we're doing.
Oh my gosh, no.
We don't know what we're doing.
No.
And I would just be like, I don't know. How do I even deal with this? Like, what would I have wanted? I would have wanted a lot more than what I received, for sure. Right. After she passed. So I had to rewire all of those things of, I don't want to be like that. And I don't want to be like that. But man, it'd be great to have this.
Right.
Right.
I'm sure it was challenging for your aunt and uncle too, to now have a female in their home.
Yeah.
Because that would change the dynamics also.
Absolutely. And it even though I was going through my own trauma, they definitely were taking in, their niece. And this was my mom's brother.
I was just going to ask.
And, my aunt, she'd always wanted a daughter, So I came in and I think she tried to kind of mold and shape me a little bit more. And my uncle was, they were so different.
He and your mom?
In their relationship too.
Okay.
And so it was difficult, right? So there was a lot of friction. They ended up getting a divorce. There was a lot of stuff in there too to unpack, right? But yeah, do I have gratitude? Absolutely. Still actually kind of working on some healing from that because of different dynamics that happened, in that time. But so grateful for them. I could have, and I am an orphan basically. So it's like, little orphan Kristin, someone could have, taken me to an orphanage somewhere, and they took me in and they took really good care of me and loved me and, provided for me. So I'm so grateful for that, but it wasn't easy.
Yeah. Well, and you talk about the motherless also, of how many women where their moms are on this earth, but they are still motherless because there's no presence.
Yeah.
And that has to be hard also when you are trying to raise your own daughters and trying to raise your sons, because we need our parents.
Yeah.
We do. We need our parents. Now, I mean, if there's trauma and abuse and, those type of situations, that is not healthy. But we need their presence or some type of presence of a parent.
That
We do.
mentorship, that is somebody that you can go, oh my gosh. Yeah. I felt the love. I need the love. Lots of role models that we can look up to that can kind of help shape us and, I don't know, give us hope,
Yeah.
Do you mind me asking, do the girls have any children?
No.
No. Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Listen, these girls, I tell you what, I got to raise my husband, I got to raise them, right?
Yeah.
But now I am a student and they are teaching me. Like, I'm so blown away by, well, first you have to be open to it, right? Like, I don't have all the answers. I never have had all the answers. But watching them evolve and expand and become who they are, it's like, holy shit, yes, so I'm learning from them.
Yeah.
Well, my oldest one does have a significant other coming up on 2 years.
Yep.
Don't know what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah.
What we say is, just again, there's no race.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're happy.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you're happy and find the joy, right? And just whatever happens, you don't have to get married. You don't have to have children.
Yeah.
You don't have to do all these things that we've been conditioned to believe that that's what we are meant to do here on this earth. I mean, that's what I thought. I thought I'm going to grow up, I'm going to get married, I'm going to have kids, and I'm going to live happily ever after. Right? Because those were the fairy tales that we watched. And so I'm just like, you go, girls, you do you. You be everything that you want to be. I was never told that. I was never told you can do anything or be anything you want to be. And so it's like I'm watching them just soar, It's like, yeah, my two oldest are in California. And our middle daughter, she's actually bisexual. We call her a unicorn. And what I've learned from her alone has just been amazing. The openness that I'm finding and the love, that we've been able to for so long close off to because we've judged and we believe that people, if don't look like us, they're not, wearing the same things, looking the same way, that we're not supposed to understand any of it. And my oldest, she's just so strong and she's just so independent and very she's very much a rule follower. So I'm trying to kind of
Firstborn.
oldest one, firstborn, rule follower. I'm trying to kind of break her from that, but I love that about her. She's so strong. And then the middle one, she's just the unicorn. She sparkles everywhere. And then the youngest one, Kelburn, she's just like Spitfire.
Yeah.
Just easygoing, open, loves everyone, and is just so free to be who she wants to be, and doesn't care. what other people think? Yeah. And it's like, okay, yes, I'm learning from them, you guys. You know, and I think we have to, because if we keep going around saying, I know everything, I know all the rules, I know this is the way it's supposed to be. Wow.
You can miss a lot.
Miss a lot. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, they're beautiful. They're my favorite. Yeah.
So what have they said to you as they witness everything you've been working on?
Yeah. I mean, they're proud, obviously, you know. Yeah. I think that's the thing is that, I think we were talking about this earlier about as we get older, we start to feel kind of invisible and kind of forgotten. You know, because when you're in your 20s, you're in your 20s and you're living life, right?
Yeah, you're hot shit.
You're hot shit, right? Yeah.
Or at least thinking you are.
We think we are. There you go. Then 30s and 40s and, you know, maybe doing the family stuff, right? So you get busy doing all the things. And so hit 50, you know, then it's like, yeah, what am I going to do now? Am I just going to kind of
go to pasture?
Yeah, shrivel up and just die. No, thank you. You know, and I thought about it. You can weigh those. I can sit here and eat bonbons and not care. Because don't I deserve that after all this hard work I've done, right? Raising these girls and, you know, having the animals, all 15 animals that have been in and out of the house and, you know, husband schedule and all the things.
You talking about the human animals or fur baby? No.
All of it. It's like a fucking zoo. We've had we had a lizard, we had a bunny.
Yeah, we had bunnies, guinea pigs, ferrets. I mean, cats, dogs. It's just a lot.
How many pets do you have right now?
2.
Yes.
2 that are very spoiled. 2 sheepadoodles.
Yes.
Baru and Nesca. And I miss them very much. I've been away from them for about 4 days. Yeah. So I'm excited to go home and see them today. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I think it's so good for our daughters to see that we're not just moms.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that, what you said about on your last podcast, Trisha, about, you know, sometimes I just don't want it to be all about, you know, them.
Yeah.
Right? Because it has been. And when they're in our presence, it still is kind of about them.
It is.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I love you, but you're soaking up the energy in the room. Yeah. So yeah, they've kind of been watching. And I think that's important because I don't want to just be like, you know, oh, I don't have a voice. Yeah. Oh, you know, the things that I think don't matter. It's like, no, probably matters more now than it ever has before. In our world, everything that's happening, you know, our bodies, you know, it all matters. And so I think that they're watching and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. The more I think I know, the more I realize I don't know anything at all.
Right.
So I'm just sliding by the seat of my pants, you know, just trying to be brave, just trying to step out of the comfort zone and just do all the things that I probably wished I would have done before. Or I think that in the last 6 years of just really doing the self-help, the digging, the work, right? The learning. Wow, there is so much more.
Yeah.
If I choose it.
If you choose it.
I choose it.
Yes. I think the cruel joke is that you're shipping off your kids and then you're going through perimenopause, menopause at the same time.
It's a mind fuck.
It's so brutal.
Seriously,
it is. Yeah. But you know what I mean? So it's like you're this hormonal mess. You don't feel, I feel like a stranger in my body. And then, you know, they kind of sort of get some attitudes at that age because they think they're hot shit and know everything. And it's not a good combination.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
It's so rude. I mean, think about what we do to carry them and how our bodies change, right?
Yeah.
And then they leave. And then our bodies change again. It's like, what the fuck is happening? Why?
It's like they move out and take all of our hormones with them.
Okay.
I took all my estrogen.
I know. Everything's dried up.
I see how this works. Fine.
Right?
And be mad at my husband.
Hey,
like,
thank you.
Oh, you just, you know, you just do the same thing every morning and look the same every morning. And, you know, you're doing great, looking great. But I'm over here like hairs coming out of my chin. You know, the silver is just like, oof. I mean, I'm calling them, you know, strands of wisdom, but
yes,
it's not
they
easy
are.
to embrace.
It isn't.
Trisha,
It isn't.
the white eyebrows,
Yes.
everything just really, sagging, and the menopause and all the things that have been coming with it.
Oh,
and it's like it's time we really do talk about it. And I'm so glad women are starting to talk about it.
Yes,
Because we don't have to suffer.
no,
right?
No, we do not. One thing I wanted to say though about our children is that, and I don't know if you guys feel like this, and it doesn't matter what age they are, but when they are sad, you are devastated. And when they are happy, you're on top of the world. That does not ever change.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It never changes. And dads feel this way too.
Absolutely.
I mean, they do. I'm just, for me as a mom, I internalize it more, you know, and that can be hard. It can be.
Yeah.
It can be hard. There have been times where I have said to my mom, you know, I just don't know if this mother thing was for me.
I know. Yes, right?
And she'll just be like, now stop it. And I'm like, no, Mom, I'm being honest. I'm just being honest with how it is that I am feeling in the moment.
Yep.
It
As
will
you should.
pass, but it is challenging at times.
Yes.
It is. And it definitely offers a lot more grace to my parents of what I know they went through. Isn't it the truth?
I don't think you can fully appreciate your parents until you're a parent.
I agree.
Because you just don't know until you know.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do not know.
That overwhelming, like, oh my gosh, I have to raise this kid and keep them safe.
Keep
and
them alive.
It's keep them alive. It's overwhelming.
It's like,
Yeah.
turn them into.
So to wrap up,
Yeah.
we always love to ask our guests, if you could go back in time, what advice would you give your 18-year-old self?
I think I would first let her know that everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Right. And that she's safe and that she's loved. She matters. And she can do anything that she wants to do. The sky is limitless. Yeah. Surround herself with people that love her and encourage her. And it's going to be a fun ride. It's going to be bumpy, but it's going to be a fun ride. So just stay awake. Stay awake and receive it.
I often wonder, like, do you think our 18-year-old version would have listened or would they have rolled their eyes? Like, what do you know, old lady?
Oh, I would have rolled my eyes.
I probably would have too, though.
Yeah. I would have rolled them so hard they would have stuck in the back of my head.
You would have said, move out of my way, old woman.
Exactly.
I've got shit to do.
Yeah. You know, it's a privilege to grow older.
It is.
Isn't it?
It is.
It really is. And the wisdom and the experiences that come through it, or that come with it. And I'm sure I can speak for all of us in this room, you know, male or female. What you learn along the way, it is magical. It really is magical. And the friendships that you make that really do matter, you know, that make a difference. You know, I know that I could call Jason or Wendy at 2:00 in the morning just to talk. You know, and that makes a difference.
Yeah.
It does. It makes a difference. And you don't realize that until the second half of your life.
Right.
And I wish that I would have known that sooner.
Yeah, I think it's that waking up, right? And realizing that honestly our thoughts become our words, and our words become our actions, and then those actions become our character. And then the character becomes our destiny. And we have to remember that whatever stage of life that we're in, that we matter, and there's so much more out there. But we have to be open to this love and this light and this magic. Right? Otherwise, if we're closed off, we're not going to receive it.
Exactly.
We're not going to experience it.
Yeah. Law of attraction's a real thing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It is.
Yeah.
It's, you know, law of attraction is a real thing.
It is.
We're excited to see all the things that you continue to do as you're growing and learning and stepping into your power in your sassy pants.
Yeah, your sassy pants.
Oh no, I'm starting to wear the sassy pants, ladies. I'm gonna pull them all the way up to my boobs. I wear my sassy pants.
Exactly. Hey, that's when they're the most comfortable.
I know. And they're just, they're stretchy and sassy at the same time.
The top part of the pants can help hold our boobs up.
Exactly.
Yes. How
To
far apart?
purpose.
Yes. Yes. And tuck in the roll.
Yep. That's all we need to do.
Oh my gosh.
Love it.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Your Sastastic Life is produced by Apex Creative. Go to apexcreative.vip. That's APEXX creative.vip.